So right before the pitching session begins, we got hold of Mr. Humayun Mazhar, and we're going to talk to him and ask him what he expects from the session today. Sir, आपको क्या लगता है? What do you expect today?
I think this is the 4th or 5th edition of the Startup Cup, and as we are moving along, things are improving. Every year you see new ideas, so I'm quite excited. We've so far, I represent CresVentures. We've invested in 5 tech startups so far. So hopefully at the Startup Cup, we'll find the 6th one.
Yes, sir. So would you like to share a little bit what do you expect, what sort of startups would you like to invest in? आपको what is that one thing जो आपको click करेगी?
CresVentures invests in only tech startups. So in a startup cup, you have a mix of traditional startups, social impact startups, and tech startups. So obviously, one would like to see more tech startups from our perspective. Secondly, young entrepreneurs, one thing which we've seen missing is maturity. So founder maturity is an issue. We'd like to see more people who have some work experience. So not totally, out of college or school. Some work experience helps. So in the investments we've made, one thing we've realized that perhaps founders before starting a startup have to have some work experience. So we'd like to see more of those founders and more mature founders.
So we're in Lahore right now. So we're Lahori जो हैं, they're very jazbati, very emotional, very driven. आपको क्या लगता है? Do you think this is going to be one factor that's going to be in the startups that you see?
Funnily, if I were to think of a best founding team, most of the ideas, based on the last few startup cups, they've been coming out of Lahore, whereas technology side, you have better people in Islamabad, and in Karachi, you have people with more entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial experience. So best combination is 3 founders, one from Karachi, one from Lahore, one from Islamabad. That takes care of everything. Yeah. So in the past, Lahore has been dominant, but now we see other cities also coming up, so which is a very encouraging sign.
Yeah. Okay. So what is that one thing that you think is very, very important in someone who's starting their own little company?
When we're talking about startups, and if we're talking about tech startups, the success rate is 20%. So you got to be very brave, you got to be very committed, you got to be willing to burn the midnight oil, and these are some of the requirements. So you eat, breathe, live that company till it gets to whatever targets you have set out.
Yeah, but what is that one thing that you think would be?
Passion. That's I would say passion.
Thank you so much, sir. It was lovely talking to you. Best of luck.